I want to start this video with an apology to the people that I talk about Celeron, especially you or people that I know. When I saw Celeron Chrome and 2 GB of RAM at the same sentence, I laugh. It's a joke to me. I clown on it. I make fun of it because I know Celeron sucks. It cannot run Chrome at all. I mean, go on the internet. They will laugh at you. They say it sucks. I take that as a fact, but I was wrong. I was really wrong. So what I do is I will remake a video, and this is for the redemption of Chrome, for me making fun of it, for clowning it. This is the redemption of Celeron for running Chrome. Because today is the day that I will tell you guys something. I will tell you guys a fact that has a proven and experimental proof that it's actually true, that is an actual fact, that there's an evidence. If I just say it, it's just an opinion. But if I show you guys a fact, an evidence, a proof, that is when we call it a fact. I laugh on the things that I don't understand. I laugh at the thing that I don't know at all. I laugh at the thing that I didn't see or experience at all. And that is what we should all learn in life. That we should never laugh or judge anyone without knowing their background or knowing what it feels like on their own shoe. And today, we're going to we're going to do a redemption for Celeron. And I'm going to show you guys that Celeron can actually run Chrome web browser.
So why did I laugh on a Celeron with 2 GB of RAM running Chrome? Why Chrome specifically? I mean, do you hate Chrome? Why not Mozilla Firefox, Brave, Opera? Why Chrome specifically? I'm not saying it's just Chrome, probably other websites, or other search engines, or not other web browsers. But Chrome is one of those famous for having this high RAM usage. Chrome is also one of the famous and fastest web browser out there. It's not, and this is not just because Chrome is the number one or this I'm trying to give them a bad name, but because it's the truth. You see, Chrome is a ROM hogging web browser. Well, what is ROM hogging? Well, what is RAM? Not the goat, not the liquor, but RAM, as in random access memory. What are you talking about? What the hell is a random access memory? Random access memory is also a short-term memory in the computer that the computer uses to make things run faster. I think the best way to explain this was this video from Crucial that I will play right now.
Think of your computer in terms of a kitchen. You got the processor, that's going to be your counter space. You got the hard drive, well, that's going to be like the grocery store where you have to gather all your information. And you have the RAM, that's going to be your pantry. Imagine you're cooking a meal. You got your countertop, can't hold a whole lot, so if you need an ingredient, you're reaching to the pantry. Well, the pantry at the moment is pretty small. What it can't fit in there, you have to leave at the grocery store. So if you need that ingredient, now you're making that trip. It can take quite a bit of time. Same thing goes for your computer. You got the processor. If it needs information, it's reaching into the memory. Well, if your memory is small, you have to store that information on the hard drive. So now you're making that trip to the hard drive every time, which can take quite a bit of time compared to memory. So how do you fix the issue? Well, increase the size of the pantry. If you increase the size of your memory, you're making far fewer trips to that hard drive and drastically increasing the performance of your PC.
It's just like that. Other thing about RAM is a computer memory, and computer memory, there's a wide variety of computer memory, and there are two types of computer memories. It's the primary and the secondary. Primary, these are the ROM, RAM, flash, and etc. What's the difference of ROM and RAM? RAM, like I told you, random access memory, short-term memory. On the other hand, ROM is a read-only memory. It's for a long time. Complete opposite of the RAM. The RAM itself will be short term, so it means it's gonna be used, deleted, and like it has a cycle. It's kind of like using plastic cups, you just throw it away. And the ROM is like a glass of what? It's like a glass. You just have it. You don't have to throw it away unless you break it. Of course, you need to get a new one. So what does ROM contain? ROM is a read-only memory. It usually has the DLLs, the services, the cache, the kernels, in order for the firmware to run, the firmware to run properly, in order to run up the BIOS in your computer for you to enable to run the OS. But what is the ROM in phones? I'm sure you're gonna see that when you check for specs for your phone. Like, so if ROM is for computer for running kernel, so what does it mean to have like 128 gigabytes of ROM on phones? So the ROM is still the same, it's read-only memory, but the kernels, the programs, the coding, the firmware of the phone is also in the internal storage of the phone. That's why the 128 is most likely gonna be like, I don't know, 108, 120, because the phone also uses the same storage that the internal storage use, or where you put your files. So it's like sharing storage, and that's why it is also called ROM. And then secondary, let's go ahead to the second type of the memory, which is the secondary. These are the optical disk drives, the hard disk drives, SSD, or solid state drive, HDD, SSD, ODD. I think also this also includes the floppy disk drives. If you guys still know what a floppy disk looks like, you guys do know that. I don't really see a floppy disk, but I know floppy disk is. So HDD is like, it has a spinning disk inside where there's a hand trying to read all those data, and the SSD is more into electric circuits. It has its own segments of codes and stuff, where it's like a flash drive, and then optical disk drives where you put the disk. Why is Chrome ROM hogging? So it's just gonna run website, okay? But why does it use too much if I just have YouTube on the go? I just have YouTube on my Chrome, but why does it use way too much RAM? The reason for that is due to pre-rendering. What is pre-rendering, if you're gonna ask? Well, to be honest, if you just search that on Google, it's gonna give you this way too complicated for us consumers, ordinary people that don't really know much about programming. Programming is a feature in Chrome to improve user visible page load times. Pre-rendering is triggered by a link, blah blah. It's just saving up. Like say let's just see the crucial RAM video. So you wanna make today I wanna make a noodles, but I guess I wanna make something a dessert. I want to make a cake at the same time. Instead of just going to the store buying ingredients just for the noodles, and then instead of just buying for the noodles, I want to dessert something, I just also gonna buy my ingredients or the cake itself from the store and store it in the pantry. After I eat the noodles, after I done a single task like eating the noodles, I can go to my pantry or to my RAM to get my cake and also finish the task of eating the cake. So I don't have to go back to the store. It's way too exhausting, all this kind of stuff. It's way too much process. But if it's just on the pantry, I can just take it from this place, have it right over here, make things fast. If you guys understand that, congratulations. If you don't, I'm really sorry. So that's just how pre-rendering works. So but that's not what you're here. You're here for the question, to know the answer for the question. Can Celeron actually run Chrome? The answer is yes, it does. It is able to run Chrome, kind of, to be honest. Actually, I have done this video. This is actually like the third time or the fourth time I'm going to record this video in a different way. I'm trying to make things much easier to explain. So in my first video, I actually tried to open many tabs of Chrome as much as possible. I thought it's gonna run out of RAM on 10 tabs or 20 tabs, but it doesn't. I actually managed to reach 100 tabs. All of them can be loaded, and its performance is around 2.22 gigs, and we are around like 60 tabs open. That's surprising. That really surprises me. Like, look at that 100% CPU usage. Damn, bro, it's gonna be fucking hot. The laptop is surely hot as hell. Good thing I have a cooler. The memories are around like 3.19 gigs. Wow. Look at the performance. Look at that. Look at that falling down. Straight up. 1 gig. Oh, less than 1 gigs of memory use. Okay, go history. It's around what the hell, bro? Well, once you click on it, it's gonna load up widescreen. It's gonna load up it for you because it's already pre-rendered, and it's kind of choppy. It's kind of laggy to be honest, but it's 100 tabs. What do you expect? Can your computer handle 100 tabs of Chrome? That is kind of surprising for me. It's kind of miraculous. It's just one footage, but I actually tried it multiple times. I tried like day after that. I actually tried it at the same time. It's still the same. It just does that. It's really cool. It's really amazing to see that happen. But also one of the reasons why it does happen is because I run my laptop on. I keep it on charge. I don't just let it out on battery because first of all the battery is already weak because it's old. Second, with charging it allows me to have a higher performance because it uses higher performance uses a lot more CPU, and more CPU means more energy, it's trying to get more electric power, more speed, the stuff. So I just keep it on charge and just let it run. Also think what I do to make things fast, make Chrome work, is just leave Chrome alone. Let Chrome alone. Don't use any other softwares. Like you say, you got Steam, exit Steam. If you got Discord, just exit out in Discord. Just let Chrome run itself. Let Chrome take all the CPU, take all the RAM that it's going to use for you to use it properly and smoothly as much as possible. So video playback on YouTube, I can play. I don't think I have a clip, but I could play around like 1080p. I think I actually managed to play 2 videos at the same time. I'm not gonna say both of them are 1080p, but it's more likely 480p. But it's alright because 1366 by 768 on the 11-inch screen. What do you expect? You don't really gonna see that much of the 1080p, so I think it's all fine. It's all good. I can run both, surprisingly. So I'm also able to run CNN.net on Chrome, and CNN.net is actually a really heavy website due to a lot of graphics. Graphics is the video, the picture for the article, a lot of complicated codes for those stuff, for those articles, for those website, for those pictures, for those videos. There are way too much code for that. Also same with Discord, which allows a lot of animation. I think it's a really heavy website also with a menu for you to run it. If you're gonna use Discord on browser, I think it's kind of heavy. So I tried that and they all work. 100 tabs. Discord, CNN.net, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram. I opened them all the links that I could possibly think of, and they just run. No struggle, yes, there's a struggle, but it doesn't freeze. It's all good. It's supposed to go blue screen or just straight up freezes up. That's supposed to happen, just like when I use FL Studio, but it doesn't. It just simply works. Avoid using extension on your Chrome. Like they say, you like extension on Chrome, like you want this plugin, the MP3, all the kind of stuff. The extension, I don't really know that much about extension because I don't really use it. Avoid using extension on the Celeron when you're using Chrome because extension also adds into the CPU usage because it's another application or plugin into the Chrome, and that will also use CPU. So avoid using extension or don't use at all if you don't need it. Well, you don't really need it if you're gonna use it for social media or just watching YouTube or just for research. So I have a bonus for you guys. This is for those people that are going to online class. Like the question, can you actually do a video call? I tried doing a video call or video call, on Celeron, on Discord mainly because Discord is also one of the heavy stuff. It struggles. There's a delay. If you're gonna use voice call, that will be a great one, but I don't suggest using it mainly for online classes. To be honest, just like that, it's gonna get a struggle. Well, you can just try it, but I think it will struggle with at least 20 students or video call with 20 students because video streaming and all this kind of stuff. Voice call is all good. You can use it for voice call. You can literally call anyone on this Celeron. It's just audio. It's gonna work. It's not a problem. So also, by the way, if you wanted to use Celeron, upgrade your 2 gigs of RAM to 4 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM as much as possible. More RAM, more Chrome, much easier for the computer to process things. 2 gigs of RAM, I'm probably gonna open like 10 tabs. On my 4 gigs of RAM, I'm able to run 100 tabs, 110 gigahertz, and 4 gigabytes of RAM. I managed to run 100 tabs. It's a little struggle, but it does work. But if you got 2 gigs of RAM, like, you gotta really maximize that. Way too much, you got way too low budget for that. You just want to use what you have right now. Maximize or minimize your usage of Chrome up to 10 to like around like 5 to 10 tabs. Most likely 5. You don't really need to use that. Social media, your Zoom, your Discord, Google Drive, Google Mail. You need 5. You don't really need too much. Or just close the other things that you don't need. If you have a phone, maybe just use your phone. I think your phone is I think your phone is way more faster than Celeron, than the Celeron that you have right now. That's all I can suggest. And to finally answer your question, can Celeron run Chrome web browser? Yes, it can run Celeron on a specific condition, but it can still run. And that is our video for today, guys. Sorry if it take way too long for me to upload a new Can Celeron Run video. There's only gonna be a few left of this video. I'm so sorry, because for some reason it does have to end, but that's not we're going to talk about here. So the only thing I'm gonna talk about is you not subscribing yet to my channel. If you like this video, if you like my content, if you like this kind of video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you want to stay tuned for my next Celeron video, or when I do talk about another tech. Maybe I do some comedy skits, my new music, which also available on Spotify, link in the description down below, stream my song, so I can finally buy a new laptop instead of using a Celeron, and also might do some giveaway on Christmas. And share this video to your friends who has a Celeron. I would appreciate that. And that is all for today, guys. I hope to see you guys next time on our next video, and good luck for your online classes. See you again, guys, on the next cringy video.